Can I please get the back home? My God, I'm stuck in purgatory. So I was reading the Divine Comedy with Virgil and Dante as they progress through the 9 circles of hell. And did you know at the bottom circle of hell, it's actually a frozen lake of ice, which Satan in his dragon form is trapped in. But needless to say, I find myself without Virgil as a guide. I have Bangkok as my guide, and we are in Purgatorio. This is Italian for purgatory, which means the middle. You know, the place of lost souls, the place of the forgotten, those yet to be judged and deemed worthy or unworthy. So you're either worthy, in at least through Dante's account, into the pearly gates of the high heavens, or the fiery gates of damnation. And now I've lost track of how many days I've been here. I've lost track of time. I've lost track of just everything. I don't think I'm ever gonna go visit Bangkok again. I'm sorry, Bangkok, you're a wonderful city, but yeah, I'm ready to go back to home number 2, back to Vietnam, beautiful Vietnam. Ah, beautiful Vietnam. Pho, banh mi, space created coffee, my job, which means I can make some money, motorcycle, Franklin Richards, which is the cat that space created coffee, and a billion other reasons to go back. So, this is what I do all day long. Stare out this window. Well, not all day long. It's what I've been doing recently now that, you know, we're like really on the ration modes. We gotta be careful. Ah, shit. Stand by. We gotta be careful how much we spend, ration remaining supplies, etc., etc. Has there ever been a time in the last 2 years I haven't had a ration of supplies? Let me think. Yeah, there was one time when I first moved. I was working for that one school. I was living like a king for a little bit, but yeah. Sorry, that sun's just shining right in my eyes. I mean, yeah, that's better. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. No updates. Sitting by the phone, just waiting. Just waiting. I dream about landing back in sacred Vietnam. I will actually get on my knees and kiss the dirt in Vietnam. I've missed it so much. You know, it's funny. When I arrived in South Korea for the first time, which it was always a dream of mine, I didn't kiss the dirt, but I got on my knees and I touched it. Just, it was so surreal. Same with Vietnam. But food-wise, we've not ate today. I tried to make it to, well, I mean, in this, if you want to go by foot and if you don't want to walk more than 15 minutes, there is a BP, which has, I don't know, some suspicious looking meats that, I don't know. I already got food poisoned once. I don't know. Deviating from my usual diet, smart. I was able to get a cappuccino, but then my energy kind of wore out on me because it's just so hot. Like, wow, it's hot. And the only comfort you could get is through the shade of the skyscrapers. But when it's midday, I mean, the sun's right above you. It's hard to get that. So we'll venture out about, I don't know, an hour or so when the sun starts to get blocked by the sun. And yeah, we'll get our first meal of the day. So hungry. So hungry. I did have some gummy bears though. Those gummy bears were good. And I got a new hotel room. Check it out. Yes, the air conditioner stopped and the other one it broke down. I'm a lucky guy. So yeah, I was sitting in the room the other day, yesterday. I was like, why is it so hot in here? And the compressor, the fan on the outside unit broke down. So they moved me to this other room. It's cool. And, you know, it's more retro looking. Has a better view, I guess. I don't have any paper to do any art. I guess I could improvise and get some paper. Wouldn't be that hard. But it's kind of hard to focus on art when you're hungry. You really do take for granted the luxury of having motorcycles. And I hate taxis. I find it such a waste of money. Such a waste of money to use a taxi. It's like I'd rather just suffer in pain and walk than pay somebody to drive me. But it's like 34 Celsius, I think, today. It's so hot. So hot. Anyways, very few time remains if I'm going to hear any good news today. So if any of you care, send me some positive energy. Send me some help. I am stranded in Thailand. You know, when I made that video a couple days ago, the one from the movie 75, you know, I was like, this is Commander Newland on a long-range exploratory mission to Bangkok, Thailand. My ship hit an uncharted asteroid, blah, blah, blah. You know, that video, this is like made in comedy, based off the movie 75. Little did I know that that would actually be my fate. I'd be stranded in uncharted territory. My fate unknown. So I'm sending you my coordinates. The Convenient Park Hotel in Bangkok, Thailand. Somebody come rescue me. I'm just playing. Try to stay positive up here. It's like boot camp all those years back. I think boot camp was 10 weeks or something like that. Man, you want to talk about sucky. It was the summertime. My boot camp was like 2002. May 2002, I think. May, I think. No, it might have been a little bit later. I don't remember. It's been over 20-something years. But it was the middle of the summer, where it was hot, and those barracks just don't have air conditioner. They supposedly now a lot of them do, but back in the real military, you know, yeah, you didn't have AC. We had 2 fans on each side of the barracks, and you had these nasty wool blankets that would just scratch your skin, and they were so hot. And you never want to, you know, sleep under them because they're so, you know. And you just remember that feeling after you get through, like, in processing, and that's when they your hair, and you're kept up for like 24 hours getting processed and getting all your shots. And you meet who your RDC is, your recruit division commander, which would be like some kind of like senior chief or a chief, and your other RDCs. So like in Navy boot camp, you'll have like one who's like the head, you know, drill instructor. That's what they call them in the Army. Navy, they're called RDCs. And then you'll have maybe like 3 other ones, and those are the ones that'll be like, oh, get on your feet, blah, 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 blah. You piece of blah, blah, you know. So you meet them. Once you're passed for physical, they'll beat you. So beat means like get ready to start doing push-ups, screamed at, sit-ups till you die. You know, 8-count body pushes, all that kind of stuff, squats. Pretty much every torture you could think of. But there is a point in all that torture when your brain just snaps and you just finally just accept it, and it becomes, you become indoctrinated into it. Here comes 4 in the morning and you're already awake, throwing your boots on before the drill instructor could throw the trash can down the road, you know, down the barracks hall, you know, down the deck. I wonder if the same thing will happen to me in Bangkok. Will I just accept this? This is my purgatory. The only problem is that boot camp is free, paid by the government. Here, it's, you know, hotels are not free. And the longer I'm here, the more crappier my options are going to get as my affordability. So I still got to think about how am I going to pay for rent for next month. I'm not working this whole time. There's all that stuff I gotta factor in. Money owed. You know, all the years I've dreamed about traveling the world, you never really factor in the pain that you have to put into it. It is not easy. My God. I'm not talking like these like people who just go on like 5-star retreats, staying, you know. I'm talking when you like do it like the poor man's way, like me. Like, it is not easy. So any of you who want to do this kind of stuff, like, let me give you some of the best advice you're ever gonna get. Like, prepare to suffer. Prepare to suffer, because that is all it is suffering. But that suffering also is what makes it worth it. It gives you a sense of accomplishment, knowing that very few can do what you do. Very few even have the courage to even try. So it puts you in a separate group. And then there are subgroups of other different kinds of teachers and the travelers, right? You have the ones who will stay just in the luxury of the cities. You have the ones like me who venture off to anywhere. I'll go to any city. I don't care. I don't care if it's a town without power. At this point, as long as I have a motorcycle, like, I'll put up with anything. Handball me and a cappuccino and a certain somebody. Yeah. But prepare for the pain. You've got to suffer for it. The long airplanes, sleeping at the airports, the long bus rides, the heat. My God, the heat. I've lived in some of the hottest places in the States, all across the Southwest, right? You know, but I've been to a freaking desert. I've been to White Sands Desert in New Mexico, where they dropped the bombs, tested it. I've been to the deserts in California, but it's a different kind of heat here. It's a heat that just gets you, just takes your energy away. From somebody like me who's not, you know, used to this. Like, I avoid, like, I go out at night, you know, or if I do go out, like, I'm totally covered up. I never let my skin touch the sun. Just if it does, you know, you just start sweating, get poisoned. But you know what you're getting into, and know that nothing is ever going to go as planned. Like, nothing ever goes as planned. This was supposed to be a 5-day affair, I thought. A 5-day, you know, a mission, you know. Boom, come see Thailand. Boom, be back at work, you know. And now we're going on day 8, 9, I don't know. I don't even know what date it is. Is it April 4th, 5th?